Yo, what's up guys, Mark here. Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to do the 8th anniversary battle event here against the GT side of the event. This is the team I use, pretty self-explanatory a little bit, but if not, we will be discussing that while we're in the fight here. So let me go over the missions really quick so I can inform you guys on what needs to be done. So it's pretty much the same for both fights. It's pretty much the same just like for this stage in particular. They pretty much just want you to beat it once, like do the left route, do the right route, just beat both, right, pretty much. So you have to do the event at least twice, like the 8th anniversary battle event, you at least have to do it twice and beat both of them. And that's how you'll get the first like bronze mission. The mission after that is beat it once within, beat it with 5 characters of each typing. And you don't have to do both fights with this. You could just do one or the other. Like you can beat the GT duo with the 5 characters, like the 5 different typings, or the Z duo. I recommend doing the GT side, and I'll explain more of that later in the video here. And then last but not least, we have the beat it within 7 turns, which I also recommend doing that against the GT side as well. So let's talk about it. Let's discuss, let's talk about it. And let me reel you guys in this fight. So the GT duo, this fight in my opinion is definitely the easiest. Just like the Z duo fight, I recommend you guys bring Whis. Whis is just very powerful, just to set you up. Like none of these characters that we have on the team is going to get you one shot with the Whis live. So I think it's very helpful, just to have a Whis and then have a Whis like on standby, like later in the fight, just in case you have to take the brute force of the spirit bomb. Then you have that Whis as a backup option, right? So we have the blue fusions. They're kind of self-explanatory. We need the damage, right? Damage. That's what we need for this fight. I'm not sure if you could do this with a cooler team. I would assume you could, but I don't even want to attempt it. To be honest, I probably should, but I probably should have tried to attempt it. Maybe I'll try to give it a run. But yeah. So the reason why I said that the 5 typing mission, I think you guys should do it here, is by far int is the weakest typing in the game. By far, it's not even close. So because of that, because of int being like super weak, I feel like the int character, especially if you guys don't have Vegeta and Trunks, I think the int character, you guys can bring Zamasu, right? You guys could bring, I don't know, like Metal Cooler Core. If you guys are bringing like the cooler team, you guys could run int Hercule. My bad, I meant to say Gokule. You guys can use Gokule. He'll do pretty good, especially for this, especially since they're tech. The GT duo, they're tech, right? So he'll take less damage. He has the 50% chance to dodge, and if you guys have him Rainbow, you guys should have him at like 30 dodge or something like that anyway. So he can be very, very, very solid, right? Especially if you guys don't have like a solid end character. What else? We do have the Z duo here. I have them as the lead because like even though the Vegeta in the next phase here is STR, they just do so much damage. They do so many supers, but it's not really the supers because the GT duo also has the same super chance, right? It's just that the Z duo here, they just have the crit chance built in. So for me, they just always crit. Like they crit so much. And if we need to go ahead and transform into Vegeta for whatever reason, then we can go ahead and do so as well. AGO Carnival Goku here, pretty self-explanatory. He's just there for a quick defensive option turn 1, just to make sure we don't get incinerated at the start of the fight, right? My biggest tip for the start of this fight is you just want to blitz this as quickly as possible. You guys should just go full throttle, just don't hold back. Get your 24 keys, just get out of this phase as quickly as possible, right? And then the next phase after this is the Vegeta. So let me just explain how the Vegeta works really quick. So the way the Vegeta works is he does not super attack. Now, the first time I actually went against this fight, I thought he could super attack because in the game, right, he can super attack, whereas you know the Z Duo, the Vegeta can't super attack. So I'm like, okay, he can only do normals, I guess, because he can't super attack, and how else is he gonna attack you, right? Yeah, so I understood that, but the Vegeta here does not super attack like at all. I mean he doesn't do it at all. So because of that, you know, like I said in my first run, I was like on the fence at all times with the Z Duo here. I thought I have to exchange to Vegeta. Oh no, but I didn't actually have to exchange into Vegeta. And I think if you guys are looking to do the 7-turn mission here, you guys should not don't even exchange with the Z Duo. You know, just don't even exchange into them. Just stay like untransformed. Unstand by it, I guess. just don't stand by, right, for them. Just keep them stacking. If you're at like 500k defense with the Z Duo, you need to stack a little bit more, because they take like 100k per normal if they're at like 500k defense. So the sweet spot is definitely 700k. If you're able to get 700k, then they should be taking double digits just fine. You're not gonna have to worry about them. But you really want to go ahead and get them stacked up and stuff. The blue fusions, like I said, pretty much a necessity for their damage. Like them linked up together, they just do so much damage, and that is how we're able to get the 7-turn mission completed. I don't think I get it in this video, but I did get it before, so I know it works. So I know you guys could easily do it, no problem. Just take off, just a couple of these defensive options. Just get like another offensive character, and you guys should be pretty good. What else I want to talk about? So I know with the Vegeta here, so the way he works, right, like his full gauge, this works with the Z Duo Vegeta and the GT Vegeta here. The more damage you do, their energy, like the Spirit Bomb energy meter, it goes down. So you really want to be doing as much damage as possible, and you really want to be doing as many super attacks as possible. The more supers you do, the less the energy gauge will actually fill up. I don't know if you guys could see it, but like the energy gauge actually like goes down a little bit from time to time the more supers you do. So because of that, it just stalls out more time. So make sure you guys are getting super attacks and stuff like that. But for the GT Vegeta here, the reason I've always found like this fight to be easier is because I think, I could be wrong, but I swear like his energy gauge, so his energy gauge will fill up, right? You see the spirals, you see it going crazy, and next turn goes by, there's no Spirit Bomb. Next turn goes by, there's still no Spirit Bomb, and then turn 3, there's still no Spirit Bomb. So like is it like after the gauge fills up, there's another like 3 turns that will go by or something? Like I'm not 100% sure, because I've never actually even seen the Spirit Bomb from this fight, because we kill him. Like I've done this fight like twice, maybe 3 times, and I've never seen the Spirit Bomb. I've seen the Z Duo Spirit Bomb, because it's like, I think it's like 2. So the Z Duo, their gauge will fill up, and then the next turn will go by. And then I think the Spirit Bomb is there, or like it's like 2 turns after the gauge fills up. So it's 1 doesn't show up, and then the second turn, then they'll show up. But like here, I've never seen it. But I mean, that's pretty much about it. Like I said, this Vegeta, he can't super attack, so there's literally nothing to worry about. You just destroy him, right? Like that's pretty much about it. And if you guys do face the brunt of the Spirit Bomb, then hopefully one of you guys have like the Vegeta, like this character, stacked up a lot. Hopefully you stand by, and you're able to get like a lot of orbs, and then also you guys can use that second Whis that I told you guys to save. And you got to make sure you're over 100% damage reduction. Like you have to be like at 100 or at least 98, and then you guys should be able to live the Spirit Bomb. So that's just like a little fail safe, I guess, just in case. You guys can dodge the Spirit Bomb as well. So if you guys have some dodge characters, MUI could be a solid like unit in this fight. I would be very scared for UI in that first fight, right? Like in that first like battle or whatever. So that's pretty much gonna wrap this up here. Hopefully you guys are able to beat this fairly easy. If you guys have any issues, if you guys like have any horror stories in this, please share in the comments. I'll be happy to hear them. Maybe we'll have some good laughs or something. Like I said, I think this one is way easier than the Z-Duo fight. So hopefully you guys, go ahead and get those stones. Go ahead and get these amazing equips. I want to see you guys like have these busted characters as your, in your friends list, friend supporter, all that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
これがデビットの真の力だ。ファイナル